Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom nestled between rolling hills and sparkling rivers, there lived a kind and curious princess named Clara. Princess Clara was beloved by all for her gentle nature and her warm heart. She had golden hair that shimmered like sunlight, and her laughter was like the tinkling of tiny bells. But what made Princess Clara truly unique was her best friend, a pet pigeon named Pip. Pip wasn't just any pigeon, he was a special bird with feathers that glistened with a silver sheen and eyes that sparkled with intelligence. Clara had found Pip as a tiny fledgling when she was just a little girl. He had fallen from his nest during a storm, and Clara had rescued him, taking him into the palace and nursing him back to health. As the years passed, Pip became Clara's loyal companion. They were inseparable, whether exploring the palace gardens, wandering through the nearby woods, or watching the stars from Clara's tower room. Pip would perch on Clara's shoulder or flutter by her side, always ready to offer a cheerful coo or a gentle nudge with his beak. One day, as Clara and Pip were strolling through the palace gardens, they came across an ancient oak tree. Beneath its broad, leafy branches, they discovered a tiny, shimmering door hidden in the roots. It was no taller than Clara's hand and glowed with a faint, magical light. Curiosity piqued, Clara bent down to examine the door. To her surprise, it creaked open, revealing a spiraling staircase that led deep into the earth. Clara and Pip exchanged an excited glance. They loved adventures, and this was too intriguing to resist. In the middle of the garden stood a tall, graceful woman with hair as white as snow and eyes as bright as the stars. She was dressed in robes of flowing silver, and she smiled warmly at Clara and Pip. "Welcome, Princess Clara and Pip," the woman said in a voice that sounded like the whisper of the wind. "I am the guardian of the secret garden, a place where magic and nature live in perfect balance. Few have found their way here, but those who do are granted a special wish." Clara's eyes widened with excitement. A wish! She had heard stories of such magic but had never imagined she would encounter it herself. The guardian continued, "But be wise, dear princess. Wishes are powerful, and they must come from the heart." Clara thought for a moment. She had everything she could ever want, a loving family, a beautiful home, and her best friend, Pip. Then, an idea came to her. The guardian's eyes sparkled with approval. "A kind and selfless wish, Princess Clara. It shall be granted." With a wave of the guardian's hand, the hidden garden began to glow brighter and brighter until it enveloped Clara and Pip in its warm light. When the light faded, Clara found herself back in the palace garden, the ancient oak tree standing tall beside her. But now, something was different. The entire garden seemed more alive, more vibrant. Birds sang more sweetly, flowers bloomed more brightly, and even the animals in the nearby woods seemed to approach without fear. It was as if the magic of the secret garden had spread throughout the kingdom. Clara looked at Pip, who cooed softly on her shoulder, and smiled. She knew that their adventure had brought something wonderful to their world, a gift that would continue to grow with each passing day. And so, Princess Clara and Pip returned to their daily lives, but with a new sense of joy and purpose. They spent their days exploring the kingdom, making sure that every creature, big and small, had a place to call home, and they lived happily ever after, in a kingdom where kindness and magic flourished side by side.